Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, where food and fitness come to hang out. Nutrition, training, and life. It's all fair game on Meathead Test Kitchen.
Welcome to Meathead Test Kitchen, a podcast where food and fitness come to hang out. I'm Sadie.
I'm Sausha.
And today is going to be one of the most fucking nerdy and technical episodes of this podcast to date.
Yes.
We're on 89 now. Holy shit. And this is probably one of the most in-depth we're going to go about scientific shit so far. Yeah. So strap in, y'all. We're going to learn about amino acids, motherfuckers.
I'm so excited just because I think it's important to understand what and how and why protein works the way it does in your body. Mm-hmm. And the building blocks of protein are amino acids. What are they exactly? Well, all proteins are comprised of amino acids, and protein is what fuels your muscle gains. So
yes,
you know where this is going.
Yeah. So, they tell you don't know what you don't know. So how do you expect to know how to build muscle efficiently or well, even for that matter, if you don't know about what makes up your muscles?
Exactly. Even just having the basic understanding of it, I think, helps put things a little bit in perspective. Why eating protein and the amount that you should be eating is so important. So yes, when proteins are digested, that's how they get/absorb amino acids. Basically, it's a digestive process. Too long didn't read. It goes in your mouth, gets to your digestive system, and that is how your body absorbs and uptakes the protein/amino acids.
Yes.
And they do everything from help your body break down food to repairing tissue, and then there's just a plethora of other things it does for your body, which we won't dig too far into on this episode because we could get real freaking nerdy real quick.
We could. This is just this isn't even a deep dive into amino acids. We're going to give you the most basic fucking information on amino acids. And if you want more information, you can always find more from the ISSA, from the NASM, WebMD, Livestrong's website's a really good resource. Their Mayo Clinic is always a great one to check as well. So, if you want to know more about amino acids after this episode, those are where you look.
Yes. You can also always send us questions. Hello at Meathead Test Kitchen, or our DMs are open everywhere. So, you should be making sure that you're getting your daily intake of amino acids/protein. We covered Eat Your Protein. It's a whole episode, 2-3 episodes back. So, if you want to know how much you should be eating every day, go back and listen to that episode. We got pretty nerdy on that one, but not quite as nerdy as we're going to get here. So important to note, the human body is in a constant state of either or both protein synthesis, which is anabolic, and protein breakdown, which is catabolic. So when a person is gaining muscle mass, their rate of muscle protein synthesis is greater than their body's rate of muscle protein breakdown. TLDR, if you're lifting weights and you're gaining muscle, you're going to be gaining muscle versus breaking it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the flip side, someone who becomes inactive for an extended period of time will have greater rates of muscle protein breakdown as the body returns to equilibrium because you're not putting your body under stress.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happens when you get hurt and your muscles shrink. It's not because you suck. It's just that's what your body does. To survive sometimes if you're inactive, sometimes it'll eat your fat cells. Sometimes it's going to take the protein cells. But hey, the gains are always there. So if trust me, I get it. You're talking about the protein breakdown right now, and I fucking feel attacked. It's wow. I put on shorts today, and I'm my quads don't look nearly as awesome as they used to in these shorts. Oh well, more lunges on my agenda soon. But there's two ways that it can go. So you're either building it up or it's being destroyed because it's not being used. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about catabolic and anabolic, this is why sleep is so fucking important, because sleep is where your body rebuilds your muscles. Mm-hmm. If you think you're not training hard enough, I'm going to challenge you to take an extra rest day, because I bet you'll see some fucking changes in your muscle composition when you give your body more time to rest.
Over time, yes.
And people are going to say we're bullshit, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck what you think. Science is there to back it, that if you take more fucking rest days, your body has a better chance to rebuild the muscle that it's working on. Mm-hmm. That's not just our opinion. That's well fucking documented evidence. You can go find it anywhere on the internet. So there are 20 to 22 amino acids. Depending on who you ask, they all fall into one of three categories: essential, non-essential, and conditional. Conditional is this weird category that sometimes textbooks don't talk about them.
Yeah.
they aren't anything different. They already exist in the essential or non-essential categories. It's just they're this like weird Venn diagram in the middle where it's like, oh, well, they can be this, but also this. Mm-hmm. So essential amino acids can't be made in your body, so you have to get them from your food. Mm-hmm. There are 9 of them. We're not going to name them all because they're really fucking hard to pronounce and there's a lot of letters. Yeah. But again, you can find it on the internet if you need to look it up or shoot us an email. Non-essential amino acids are produced in the human body. Your body synthesizes them, so you don't need to take as many in from your food as you do essential amino acids. And then there's conditional amino acids where they're not usually essential, except for when your body is like fighting illness or under stress. Mm-hmm. So like we've talked about glutamine before. Or infants. Yeah. Yes, we've talked about glutamine. We're going to talk about a couple other amino acids shortly, but glutamine is great if you are nursing an injury because it helps regenerate those cells and it helps get your body back going again. But yeah, there's only 3 categories. It's not anything crazy. There's 11 non-essential amino acids, 9 essential. The other 2, they're up for debate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're up for debate.
Yes. So let's talk about branched chain amino acids, aka BCAAs. We get a ton of, BCAAs.
Motherfuckers now, BCAAs.
So we get a lot of questions about BCAAs on our TikTok live specifically. Mm-hmm. We'll touch more in depth on these in a little bit, but there are 3. So leucine, isoleucine, and valine. They make up around 35% of the amino acid content within muscle tissue. Now that we've bombarded you with all of this information that you didn't know you needed to know, but this is the basic stuff, just for a basic understanding of what, where, when, how, why, when it comes to amino acids and what they actually are. So let's talk about some of the key ones and why they should be on your radar.
Yeah, so each amino acid has its own like unique role and function within your body. Not a surprise. That's what your body does. It's amazing that it does all that shit on its own and we just kind of do whatever we do. But we're going to cover some of the biggest players that you're going to hear about in your muscle building journey and why they're important. They improve your liver function. They can enhance your athletic performance, reduce your muscle breakdown, so much more. So let's meet our contestants.
Woo! This is our game show music.
Yes. Price is Right ripoff. Please don't sue us.
Alanine plays a big role in biochemical processes that happen while you're training. Mm-hmm. So it's a must and is found in high amounts in muscle tissue. Beta-alanine is something we see marketed sometimes, but is newer to the supplement realm, and some studies say it can promote performance in athletes.
So if you are an athlete that is training for a specific competitive sport, now I'm talking about like you're actually training for like a CrossFit competition or a weightlifting meet or rowing, or you're a basketball player, or you fucking play football, it doesn't matter. You should be looking at alanine. That should be on your radar as something to make sure that you don't necessarily have to supplement it, but make sure that you're eating foods that get you enough of it so that your muscles aren't suffering. Arginine, I think is how it's pronounced. I never fucking know because it's got so many I's and E's and whatevers and G's and N's in there. But I really think these guys just sneezed letters out when they named some of this shit back in the day. And they're like, yeah, fucking deal with it. Bye. Arginine is part of quite a few of the metabolic factors that are important for athletes. And it's shown to help increase your human growth hormone, which can, of course, lead to more muscle gains. So instead of taking an eyedropper full of HGH, just eat more fucking arginine.
Right. So BCAAs are one of the most common supplements you'll see out in the wild. Again, we get a lot of questions about this on TikTok, especially on our lives. Every brand has their own version, and it's up for debate on if they actually do anything. Again, we have a whole shirt that says your mileage may vary.
Yes.
And there are several research studies out there, either pro or con BCAAs.
Yeah, it's not that they're entirely useless. BCAAs as a whole are something that you need in your daily intake. Like, it's a non-negotiable. They need to be there. But if you should supplement them, that's where we're talking about your mileage may vary. So let's talk about leucine. It's probably the most important BCAA because it does help with your energy production, and it has a role in protein synthesis. So all of these things help with muscle growth and recovery. Obviously, if you're exercising, both of those things are going to be very important to you.
Yes.
And of all of the amino acids present in the protein, leucine is the only one that is independently capable of increasing muscle gain. Again, if you are looking for muscle gains and you are looking to potentially supplement something in your day, Leucine.
Leucine is where it's at. So leucine is capable of enhancing muscle protein synthesis signaling for a period of about 3 hours after ingestion.
Hell yeah.
I have notated the study that this is from in our notes, which you can find at meatheadtestkitchen.com.
Yes.
Isoleucine is also important and super useful. It's needed for hemoglobin. If you want us to get nerdy about hemoglobin and why, we can, but this long short of it, that's the protein in your red blood cells.
Yeah, so it's kind of necessary.
Yes.
Leucine, isoleucine, they are definitely, make sure you're getting enough of that in your daily intake. You don't necessarily, again, you might not need to supplement it if you're eating foods that are rich in them. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute if you're worried about it.
We'll break that down.
Yeah, we got you covered. We're not just going to be like, here's all this shit, figure it out on your own. Bye.
Right.
Like, peace out.
Right.
The positives of BCAA supplements is they can help you get those amino acids if you're somehow lacking them in your daily diet.
Right.
Some people say that they get an energy boost from BCAA supplements. That could depend on the proprietary blend that is in that supplement that you're drinking. Some supplements will help you maybe with soreness. It's going to vary from person to person. Some people just like how they taste. And if that's the case, cool, do what you do. If that's your intra-workout drink and that's what you like, fucking drink it. We're not going to tell you not to.
Yeah. We're not here to police what you're doing
I'm not
or
your
not
fucking
doing.
mom.
We're here just to give you information. Okay.
Do with it what you will. If you disagree with us, hey, we're all adults in the room. That's fine.
Right. The biggest negative is that if you use them super often during your day, you're probably not going to see the benefits of all those BCAAs that you're drinking. You're probably paying at that point for expensive pee.
And we're talking about if you're drinking like 6 servings a day.
Right. Yeah. And if you're already eating an adequate amount of protein in your diet, they're probably not necessary anyway. You can supplement however you want, just letting you know.
Yeah. Just sometimes people you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of our goal as having this podcast is informing you without being fucking judgy dicks about it.
Right.
Because there are enough judgy dicks out there in the world.
Yes.
So, again,
It's true.
use it however you will.
Yes.
I'm here to throw it to you. You fucking hit the ball if you want.
Yeah.
Again, your mileage may vary. If BCAAs interest you, try them out. If they don't, that's also perfectly fine. You do you. However you choose to get them is great, as long as you're hitting your nutritional goals. That's all we care about.
I think
at the end
that's
of the day.
kind of a common thread here. Yeah. So basically, you're going to get the nutrients you need and the amino acids that you need in your diet if you're eating enough.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Oh my God. So there was a post that came out a couple days ago from M2 Nutrition, and I posted on the Meathead Test Kitchen story whenever. But it was one of the things was you don't think that or something you're not something, and the answer was you're not eating enough. And I was like, damn, shots fired. I love it. I fucking love it. Now I'm going to dig through my archive on the MTK Instagram page because it was good and I want to read it. If you don't follow us on Instagram, why the fuck don't you follow us on Instagram?
Yeah,
but
you should.
So it was called What You Think You Need to Get Fitter and What You Actually Need. And I shared it. What you think you need to get lighter, what you actually need is to get stronger. What you think you need is to eat clean. What you actually need is to eat enough. And I was like, damn.
Seriously.
What you think you need, more training volume. What you actually need, more rest. Yeah. So you need more caffeine? No, you actually need sleep.
Yes, exactly. That is one thing that, I mean, I'm not going to knock anybody for taking pre-workout. No. I feel like I work out a little bit harder when I take pre-workout, and it's probably just a mental thing.
It's part of my routine. It's just part of my routine, so I do it. Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, where taking pre-workout isn't going to wake you up and keep you awake for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need it to, I don't know, turn something on in your brain, cool. It does have caffeine in it. That's totally fine. But relying on those things or supplements in general, when you could be doing other things like sleeping more or eating more protein, just keep those things in mind.
Supplements aren't always a great replacement for habits that could be better.
Yes. 100%. I'm
not going to say bad habits.
Right. Habits that could be improved upon.
Yeah. We could always do better, right?
Yes. We're human beings.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, like again, I feel like we repeat ourselves a lot in this podcast, but one, it's for people who may just be jumping in, but two, it's a gentle reminder that you could be getting some of the things that you're supplementing just by changing your habits a little bit.
Keep it simple, stupid. Stick to the basics. We love you.
Yes. So BCAAs, I'm just going to talk about that for the rest of the episode.
Yes.
Amino acids. How do you get them? We've talked about getting amino acids from food and supplements, but what kind of food? Here we go. We're going to give you a list. When we talk about getting amino acids from food, here's where you start. Lean meat, fish, milk, tofu, cheese, eggs, quinoa.
So how many grams are you getting from your food? This is for a 3.5 ounce serving of animal protein. I'm going to assume it's cooked because it lost half an ounce to, whatever. 4 ounces is your raw cooked serving. But then after it's cooked, it's going to be lighter because you lose moisture. Again, science.
Yes.
So for a 3.5 ounce serving of animal protein, lean red meat's going to give you 6 grams of amino acids. Chicken breast is also going to do that. Salmon and canned tuna are both going to give you 5 grams. So if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you're going to see where we're going with this here in a minute, that you might need to supplement some things if you're not getting animal proteins in your diet. That's fine. We don't care. You do you.
Yeah.
We're just letting you know, if you want to try to build muscle the most efficiently that you can in the smartest way that you can, you might need to supplement a couple of things.
Yes.
Just something to think about.
And keep in mind.
Yeah.
So for dairy, a cup of Parmesan cheese has 2.2 grams, a cup of milk has 2 grams, and 100 gram serving of cottage cheese gives you about 25% of your daily amount of protein and has significant amounts of amino acids. So if you're struggling to hit your protein intake, again, make friends with cottage cheese. And you can hide cottage cheese and shit.
And if you don't like the texture of the cottage cheese, just puree it and then put it in something. Like, we're going to do a whole cookbook about protein-packed fucking, like, comfort food. We've started kind of working on it, and spoiler alert, there's cottage cheese in quite a few of the recipes because it's a great fucking protein source.
Yes, and if you want to boost your protein in anything, you can add it to your smoothie.
And it's cheap.
You can add it to your eggs. You can add it to nearly anything, and there's a creamy factor to it when you cook it down a little bit and then emulsify it that makes amazing sauces, which will, I guess that's a little hint that may be coming your way soon.
Spoiler alert.
Cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese. And it's cheap. It's like, cottage cheese is very inexpensive. So if you can do dairy, if you like dairy and you're having a hard time hitting your protein macros, cottage cheese.
Yep.
Also Greek yogurt.
Yep. I was just going to say the 2 things that I always buy 3 things every single time I go to the grocery store: eggs, cottage cheese, and Greek yogurt.
I go through a lot of butter too.
Or whether it's just the plain shit. One of my favorite snacks: instant mashed potatoes with a fuckload of Greek yogurt on top and salt.
Now I want cottage cheese with ranch seasoning and tomatoes and cucumbers in it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cold. That's a good summer salad. Sitting on your fucking, being an old lady, sitting on your back deck, eating your fucking cottage cheese for the gains.
Probably not in the sun, though.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into that
warm
kind of
cottage
thing,
cheese, ain't it?
It's also, I'm pretty sure that the USDA has something to say about that too, because it'll make you sick.
Yes.
All right. So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, if you're ovo-lacto, cool, you've got options. Some other protein sources that will get you those amino acids: 3 ounces of tofu has 2 grams. 1 large egg has 1.5 grams. This one is great.
Yep.
Mushrooms. If you like mushrooms and you're a vegetarian or vegan and you're not working them into your diet, here's why you should be. They have a total of 17 amino acids in them, including all of the essential ones. So figure out how to work those into your meal. My friend Alicia Kennedy, she is a vegetarian food writer that lives in Puerto Rico, and we met through random friends in the bar scene. And I've actually never met her. It's like you and me. I haven't actually met her in real life yet, but we're internet friends. Yeah. So she does a really great mushroom pate recipe.
Oh, that sounds good.
That I'm going to shamelessly promote for her right now. So go look that up, Alicia Kennedy, mushroom pate. It's fucking awesome. If you're vegan, vegetarian, she's got you covered. Legumes and beans are also a good choice when it comes to high-quality proteins. You can look for peas, chickpeas, lentils, peanuts, soybeans, kidney beans, black beans, garbanzos, edamame. Those are soybeans. Edamame. Yes. We got sushi last weekend, and I got the super spicy edamame.
Yes.
I'm just dump the fucking thing of sambal right over the pot and send it my way. I just want all of it.
Yes, please. Give them, oh man, sushi. Now I want sushi.
Sorry.
Every time we talk about food, I just get hungry automatically. Doesn't matter if I'm actually hungry.
Where's the snack machine in this place?
So those are motherfucking amino acids.
Yeah.
We didn't get wow, words. Again, once an episode, you get one of those for me. You're very welcome.
I had shallot a couple weeks ago.
Yes, you did. It's a new trend in salads. It's shallot.
Oh, when you're trying to decide if you want to say shaming or salad, and they both start with S and come out at the same time.
Salad shaming is shallots.
Shallots.
We wanted to at least give you some information on what amino acids are, why they're important, and really what it comes down to is eating protein.
Yeah, just eat your protein.
So now you've got the gist of what they are, what they do, and why they're good for you. So you can find the show notes. There's a couple, there'll be some linked things that you can go look at. meal preps, resources, and everything else that we do at meatheadtestkitchen.com.
Yeah, I'll put a bunch of show links. Not that you don't believe us, but sometimes, I'm a skeptic. I get it. You
Not
have
even
somebody
that, but
tell you
just
something
like,
that's like, I want to look more into that.
Yes,
so
for sure.
We'll have all that for you on the show notes there at meatheadtestkitchen.com. If you're chasing the gains and you don't know where to find them, hit up meatheadathletics.com. I've got training templates available. Sasha and I have co-written. There's 3 right now. A 4th one is coming. And then I also do personalized one-on-one training and nutrition help. Sasha will be joining me soon, so we'll be able to take more clients in the future. If you're waiting for that, we got you covered.
Yes. Make sure that you're following us on all the socials. We're at Meathead Test Kitchen everywhere except for Twitter. We're at MTK Staff. Make sure that you grab some of our freaking merch. Your mileage may vary t-shirts in there. We've got
biased,
flags. We've got
great.
stickers and shit. Then you can show off that you listen to us in public, and people will be like, what's that? And you'll be like, it's fucking awesome. Nothing helps you hit a PR quicker than wearing a Meathead Test Kitchen t-shirt.
Facts.
Yeah. We have research
science.
on that too.
That's
Ask Bama
science.
Burr. You don't know who she is? Look her up.
Yeah.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself.
Yes. Have a good day. Kick today in the dick. We love you.
Meathead Test Kitchen.
Join Sadie and Sausha every Monday, helping to make your fitness and nutrition journey suck less. MTK.